Hey guys, welcome to my legal classes. This is Ganesh Pujari and in the series of Indian Penal Code, with this video we are entering to chapter 10, which is all about of contempts of the lawful authority of public servants. And in that series, this is my first video where I am going to cover section 172, which is all about absconding to avoid service of summons or other proceedings. Basically, this chapter covers from section 172 to 190, and here with this video we are going to understand section 172 with the help of chart, and I will again explain the same chart with the help of an illustration. So that way this section will be clarified completely. With that, I am taking you to first slide. Section 172 of Indian Penal Code discusses about absconding to avoid service of summons or other proceeding. As usual, first let's quickly go through the Bare Act provision, and in my next slide I will explain the Bare Act provision with the help of chart, and finally I will explain the same with the help of illustration with one another chart. First thing first, let's quickly read through the Bare Act provision, which says whoever absconds in order to avoid being served with the summons, notice or order proceedings from any public servant legally competent as such public servant to issue such summons, notice or order shall be punished with simple imprisonment for a term which may extend to 1 month, or with fine which may extend to 500 rupees, or with both. Or if the summons or notice or order is to attend in person or by agent, or to produce a document or electronic record in a court of justice with a simple imprisonment for a term which may extend to 6 months, or with fine which may extend to 1000 rupees, or with both. This is the Bare Act provision, which is quite easy, and I will make it further easy with the help of my chart in the next slide. When we read section 172 of IPC, it basically has two parts. First one is absconding from receiving any summons, notice or order. The second one is about attending or producing in person or agent or document or electronic record. So what I have done here is I have put those two green lines in between the charts. So what we need to do, first let us try understand the left side chart, and then I will read the other part. So the first part, whenever a legally competent public servant, so there is a public servant who is legally competent to issue any summons or a notice or an order, okay, he has the competency and he is the public servant and he issues a summon or a notice or an order, okay, to someone, and such person against whom the competent public servant has issued summons or a notice or an order, now that person is absconding to avoid receiving such summon or notice or order. In that case, that becomes a punishable offense. And what is the punishment? Simple imprisonment for a term which may extend to 1 month, or with fine which may extend to 500 rupees, or with both. And as per CRPC, this is non-cognizable offense, bailable offense, and magistrates of first class can conduct the trial. Now that's the first half we need to understand. The second half also starts with the same part in the above, and then I have linked it in between. So let's start the chart again. Whenever a legally competent public servant issues any summons or a notice or an order to someone, okay, and this summon or notice or an order is asking such person to attend in person or send his agent to the court, or such summon or notice or an order is asking such person to produce document or electronic record in the court of justice, and to avoid such attendance or production of document or electronic record, if such person is absconding, that is also punishable offense. And what is the punishment? simple imprisonment for a term which may extend to 6 months, or with fine which may extend to 1000 rupees, or with both, and CRPC provisions remain same. Now this is how we need to understand this particular chart. I hope the chart is very easy, and to make it further easy I will explain the same chart with the help of an illustration in my next slide. But to sum up this slide, imagine there is a competent public servant who has issued a summon or a notice or an order to someone, and that someone is not wanting to receive such summon or notice or an order. He is trying to avoid such summon or a notice or an order, and to avoid receiving it, if such person is absconding, that is an offense. On the other hand, if such summon or notice or an order given by the competent public servant or issued by the competent public servant, and against whom that is been issued, if that person is avoiding or not receiving such summon or notice or an order which is asking him to attend in person or to send his agent to the court, or which is asking him to produce a document or electronic record in court of justice, just to avoid that, if he is absconding, that is also punishable offense. I hope that is very clear, and in my next slide let's understand the same with the help of an illustration. The class will continue. In between, I just wanted to share an important update with you guys. I have joined the Unacademy team as an educator for CLAT 2023 batch, and I would like to request you all to download the Unacademy app and follow me there also. And while buying the subscription over there, please buy the subscription with my code GYAN07, that is GAN07, to get additional 10% discount. And what's happening in Unacademy this week? The DU Dream 3 months course for DU LLB Entrance 2022 is starting on 3rd January 2022, and Score Booster 3 months batch for CLAT 2022 aspirants by National Law University alumni starting on January 5th 2022, and Let's Crack CLAT beginners batch for CLAT 2023 aspirants is starting on January 7, 2022. Please join all these batches, and while joining, please use my code, that is GYAN07, GYAN07, to get 10% discount on the subscriptions. Thank you. Court of Justice issued a summon or a notice or an order to Mr. X related to some property issue. Now this is the illustration that we are discussing. Okay, Court of Justice, what it has done? It has issued a summon or a notice or an order related to some property issue, and Mr. X absconds because he don't want to receive such summon or notice or an order. Like for example, let's imagine this way. There is a particular property in which Mr. X is living, and that is a disputed property, and Court of Justice issued an order saying that till the issue is settled, nobody should stay in that property. Now X doesn't want such order, so to avoid receiving such order, he is absconding. If he is doing so, then it is a punishable offense. That is the first half. Or let's go little further to the second half. Now Court of Justice issued a summon or a notice or an order. In this case, we will keep order as the example, to Mr. X related to some property issue, and it says Mr. X to come and attend the court in person or to send his agent, and maybe it is asking him to produce some document related to that property or electronic record related to that property. Now X feels that if he attends the court or if he gives the document, he might lose the case. Now he don't want to go to court, neither he don't want to give any of the record, and to avoid that, he absconds. Okay, basically he don't want to lose the case, and he feels that if he attends or gives document, he will lose the case, and to avoid that, he absconds. In that case, he has committed an offense, because as per this section, when a competent public servant has given a notice to or summon or an order to a particular person, he should receive it and if he is absconding to avoid receiving it, or if it is saying to attend or to produce in person or give some documents, and if he is absconding, that is an offense. That is what we need to understand from section 172. I hope that is very clear. With that, I am handing over this presentation to Nishan.
In life, we have success and failures. We have to accept the situation and move on. With that, I am concluding this session. Please subscribe our channel. Please like, share and comment our videos. Thank you. Bye-bye.